তাহলে ফার্স্ট যে বলবে সে বলতে পারে।
স্যার আমি বলবো?
হ্যাঁ বল বল।
বেশ। স্যার দেখা যাচ্ছে?
হ্যাঁ দেখা যাচ্ছে, দারুণ।
বেশ।
আমাকে দুবার দেখা যাচ্ছে। ঠিক আছে।
Good afternoon everyone. I am Annesha Ganguly from the Department of Zoology, third semester, Banwarilal Valutia College. Today I am going to talk about metamorphosis in arthropods. Firstly, we need to know what is metamorphosis. Metamorphosis is a biological process in which an organism undergoes a series of transformation in body form, structure and physiology, from the immature larval stage to the mature adult stage. In simple words, it is a process through which an insect develops from egg to adult, involving growth, differentiation and reorganization. It mainly occurs in arthropods such as butterflies, beetles, mosquitoes, houseflies, crabs and prawns. Next, types of metamorphosis. There are two main types of metamorphosis in arthropods. First, holometabolous, second, hemimetabolous. Holometabolous, that means complete metamorphosis. The stages are egg, larva, pupa, adult. The pupal stage is inactive but full of internal reorganization. Each stage looks completely different. Example, butterfly, beetle, mosquito, housefly. Second, hemimetabolous. That means incomplete metamorphosis. The stages are egg, nymph, adult. There is no pupal stage and the nymph resembles the adult but smaller and not fully developed. Example, grasshopper, cockroach, dragonfly. Next, hormonal control and process. Metamorphosis is mainly controlled by two major hormones, ecdysone and juvenile hormone. Ecdysone, also called the molting hormone, which triggers molting and promotes the transformation of larva to pupa. Juvenile hormone, which maintains the larval stage and prevents it from becoming an adult to soon process. As a juvenile hormone level drops, metamorphosis begins, allowing the insect to progress into its adult stage. During the process, the insect undergoes cell growth, tissue differentiation and reorganization, forming adult wings, legs and other organs. Next, example and biological importance. Let's take a few examples. Butterfly, egg, caterpillar, chrysalis, adult. Housefly, egg, maggot, pupa, adult. Grasshopper, egg, nymph, adult. Biological importance of metamorphosis. 1. Helps in growth and development. 2. Reduce competition since larvae and adults eat different type of foods. Allows adaptation to the environment. 4. Importance in ecological balance and pest control risk. Last, conclusion. In conclusion, metamorphosis in arthropod is a vital process that ensures proper development, survival and evolution. Through hormonal control and structural changes, arthropods successfully adapt to different habitats and help maintain ecological balance in nature. Thank you, sir. Thank you, everyone, for listening to my presentation.
থ্যাংক ইউ ভেরি মাচ, ভেরি গুড, ভেরি নাইসলি ডান, ফ্যান্টাস্টিক। এগুলো সব রেকর্ডিংগুলো আমি সব আগে দিয়ে দেবো লোকেদের, মানে সব রেকর্ড করছি তো, সব রেকর্ড থাকবে। হ্যাঁ, এইগুলো সবাই মানে বলে এক্সাম্পলারি, ভেরি এক্সাম্পলারি। কাদের কী করতে হবে এই সব লিঙ্কসগুলো দিয়ে দেবো, এটা আজকেই তুলে দেবো আমি। আচ্ছা, নেক্সট কে দেবে?
স্যার আমি দিচ্ছি।
হ্যাঁ দে 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 দে। হ্যাঁ দেখা যাচ্ছে, পারফেক্ট, ভেরি নাইস।
ঠিক আছে স্যার, শুরু করছি।
হ্যাঁ।
Good afternoon everyone. I am Tanushree Mandal from the Department of Zoology and today I will be talking about thermoregulation in vertebrates. Thermoregulation means the ability of an organism to maintain its body temperature within an optimal range even when the surrounding environment changes. The process is vital because temperature affects almost every biological reaction in the body from enzyme activity to metabolism. Thermoregulation is important because maintaining the right temperature ensures enzymes work efficiently, metabolic rate stays stable, and cells function properly. In fact, without thermoregulation, many vertebrates wouldn't survive sudden temperature shifts in their environment. Next, types of thermoregulation. There are two main types of thermoregulation. First is ectothermy and second is endothermy. Ectothermic animals like fish, amphibians and reptiles depends mainly on external heat sources. Their body temperature changes with the environment. They save energy by having a low metabolic rate but rely heavily on behavior like basking in the sun or hiding in shade. Endothermic animals such as birds and mammals generate heat internally through metabolism. This allows them to maintain a stable internal temperature even in extreme cold. Some animals even show regional heterothermy. For example, tuna fish can keep their swimming muscles warm while the rest of their body stays cool. This is a great adaptation for active swimming. Next, we are moving on to physiological mechanisms. Thermoregulation happens through several physiological mechanisms. First is heat production. Through metabolism, muscle activity, and shivering, some mammals also use brown fat which burns energy to produce heat. Second, heat conservation. By vasoconstriction, reducing blood flow to the skin and using insulation like fur, feathers or body fat. Third is heat loss through sweating, panting or vasodilation which brings warm blood to the surface to release heat. All of this is coordinated by the hypothalamus which acts like thermostat, constantly monitoring body temperature and triggering the right responses. Next is behavioral adaptations. Beside physiological control, many vertebrates use behavior to regulate temperature. Migration helps birds move to warmer regions during winter. Hibernation allows bears or squirrels to lower their metabolism and survive the cold. Basking is common in reptiles and shelter seeking like desert rodents. Hiding in burrows helps avoiding overheating during the day. These behavioral strategies are simple but extremely effective. Next is examples across vertebrate classes. Fish and amphibians are mostly ectothermic and rely on their surroundings. Reptiles use both behavioral and physiological adjustments. Birds and mammals are endothermic, maintaining high stable body temperatures. Together, these examples show the diversity of thermoregulatory strategies in vertebrates. Next, conclusion হচ্ছে, to conclude, thermoregulation is a remarkable process that enables vertebrate to survive in almost every habitat from icy oceans to hot deserts. It involves both physiological mechanisms and behavioral adaptations, all fine-tuned by evolution to maintain homeostasis. Thank you everyone for listening. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. Very nicely done. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Very nicely done thermoregulation. All the steps have been explained very nicely. Next.
Thank you, sir.
Next.
So আমি দিচ্ছি।
হ্যাঁ দে।
তো দেখা যাচ্ছে?
হ্যাঁ দেখা যাচ্ছে, খুব ভালো দেখা যাচ্ছে।
Good afternoon everyone, myself Soily Roy. Today I am going to present on the topic metamorphosis in arthropods. Here are the content. Introduction of metamorphosis. Metamorphosis is a biological process in which an arthropod changes its body from after birth or hatching. It's mainly seen in insects and crustaceans. During this process, the organism's body structure, function, and behavior undergo significant changes. This transformation helps different life stages like larva and adult to occupy different habitats and eat different foods, which reduces competition among them and increases their chances of survival. Now that we know what metamorphosis is, let's move on to its types and stages in arthropods. Here are the types of metamorphosis in arthropods. Metamorphosis in arthropods is the process of changing body form as they grow. There are three main types. Ametabolous metamorphosis, no change in form, the young look like small adults, example silverfish. Hemimetabolous metamorphosis, incomplete change, the nymph look like adult but without wings, example grasshopper. Holometabolous metamorphosis, complete change with 4 stages, egg, larva, pupa and adult, example butterfly. This process helps arthropods adapt better and reduce competition between young and adults. What is hemimetabolous metamorphosis? Hemimetabolous metamorphosis is also called incomplete metamorphosis. In this type, the young one, called a nymph, look almost like the adult but is smaller and lacks wing and reproductive organs. It has 3 main stages: egg, nymph, and adult. The nymph gradually develops into an adult through a series of molds. Characteristics: no pupal stage, gradual change in body form, nymph and adult often live in the same habitat and eat similar food. Example grasshopper, cockroach, etc. So in hemimetabolous metamorphosis, the transformation is slow and partial, not a complete change like in butterflies. Next, holometabolous metamorphosis. Holometabolous metamorphosis is also known as complete metamorphosis. In this type, the insect undergoes a total change in body form during its life cycle. It has 4 main stages: egg, larva, pupa and adult. The larva looks completely different from the adult and usually has different feeding habits. The change from larva to adult happens inside the pupal stage. Characteristics: 4 distinct stages, includes a resting pupal stage. Larva and adult live in different habitats and eat different food. Complete transformation in structure and function, example butterfly, beetle, housefly, etc. So holometabolous metamorphosis shows a complete and dramatic transformation from a larva to a fully developed adult. Neuroendocrine control. In arthropods, metamorphosis is controlled by neuroendocrine system, which means both are the nervous and endocrine system work together. The brain releases a hormone called prothoracicotropic hormone (PTTH), which activates the prothoracic gland to secrete ecdysone or molting hormone. This hormone helps in molting and growth. Another hormone called the juvenile hormone (JH), secreted by the corpora allata, controls the type of stage that appears. When juvenile hormone is high, the insect remains a larva. When juvenile hormone level decreases, it becomes a pupa. When juvenile hormone stops, the adult stage develops. So the balance between ecdysone and juvenile hormone controls the entire process of metamorphosis in arthropods. Next is significance of metamorphosis. Metamorphosis in arthropods is very important because it helps them survive, grow, and adapt to their environment. The main significance is that it reduces competition between young and adult stages, since they often live in different habitats and eat different food. It also allows specialization. The larval stage is mainly for growth, while the adult stage is for reproduction and dispersal. Metamorphosis helps arthropods occupy various ecological niches, increasing their chances of survival and evolution. It ensures better adaptation, survival, and continuation of the species. In conclusion, metamorphosis in arthropods is a vital process that helps them grow, develop, and survive in different environments. Through this process, they change their body form and habits, reducing competition between young and adults. It also allows them to adapt better and become one of the most successful animal groups on Earth. Thank you, sir. Thank you, everyone.
ভেরি নাইস, ভেরি নাইস, খুব ভালো হয়েছে, পারফেক্ট। মানে
Thank you, sir.
কোনটা ভালো কোনটা খারাপ করাটাই এবারে আমার ডিফিকাল্ট হয়ে গেছে, তাই জন্য তোরাই নম্বর দিবি তোদের। আর কেউ দেবে আজকে? এনিবডি এলস?
Yes, sir.
ইয়েস প্লিজ,
Yes, sir.
প্লিজ গো অ্যাহেড। क्या हो गया सुमित? सुमित
सर स्क्रीन शेयर प्रॉब्लम हो रहा है, स्क्रीन शेयर नहीं हो रहा सही से।
कोशिश करो, स्क्रीन शेयर का तो बटन है। बीच में वो एरो वाला बटन मालूम है?
यस सर।
तुम्हारा नेटवर्क भी ठीक है, तुम्हारा आवाज भी सुनाई दे रहा है। तुम बंद करके फिर से रीलॉग इन करो। अच्छा हो रहा है, आ गया आ गया। ओ अच्छा, तुम तो लैपटॉप में हो।
सर स्क्रीन शो हो रहा है?
हाँ हाँ परफेक्ट।
सर स्क्रीन शो हो रहा है?
हाँ बहुत अच्छा आ रहा है।
सर हम स्टार्ट कर रहे हैं।
हाँ हाँ।
Good morning everyone, I am Sumit. Today I am going to present on the topic blood group and their importance. Blood is one of the most vital fluid in our body. It supplies oxygen and nutrients to every cell and removes waste materials. It is a type of connective tissue made of four main components: plasma, red blood cells, white blood cells, and platelets. Blood group is the way we classify blood based on the presence or absence of specific antigens on red blood cells. This antigen determines our blood type, which is inherited from our parents. Two main systems: ABO blood group system, and RH, positive or negative. Besides the ABO system, there is another important element called the RH factor. Sorry, sir. The ABO system is the most common method of blood grouping. There are four main types: A, B, AB, and O. A has A antigen, B has B antigen, and AB has both, and type O has none. In transfusion, blood type compatibility is crucial. For example, type O is the universal donor and AB is the universal recipient. Besides the ABO system, there is another important element called the RH factor. Discovered in rhesus monkeys based on presence or absence of RH antigen, D antigen. The majority of people, about 85%, are RH positive and remaining 15% are RH negative. Important in pregnancy and blood transfusions. Help in safe blood transfusion, important in organ transplantation, in preventing hemolytic disease, RH incompatibility between mother and fetus, in medical legal cases, used in paternity testing and forensic sciences. Conclusion. To conclude, blood groups are a crucial part of human biology and medicine. Knowing blood group is essential for safe blood transfusion, organ transplantation, and saving lives in emergencies. Promote blood donation for the welfare of society. Blood donation is a noble act. Give blood, save life. Thank you. Thank you for listening.
थैंक यू वेरी मच. सही हुआ है, ठीक है, कोई कंप्लेन नहीं है.
सर थोड़ा मिस्टेक हो गया था.
अरे ठीक है, होता है, ये सब चीज़ होता है.
नर्वस हो गया.
हाँ, जब मालूम है नर्वसनेस काउंट हुआ है, कोई मार्क्स देने के टाइम में कोई नर्वसनेस काउंट नहीं करेगा, वो नॉर्मल है, देते देते नर्वसनेस चला जाएगा. वो ठीक है, ठीक है, ये कोई अच्छा ही हुआ है. तुम वही नर्वसनेस को थोड़ा सा डीप ब्रीदिंग करके कंट्रोल करना. जोर जोर से सांस लोगे और सांस छोड़ोगे, रेगुलर इंटरवल 1 2 3 करके अंदर के सांस, 4 5 6 करके सांस छोड़ोगे बाहर में. ये 10-20 बार करोगे, नर्वसनेस कम हो जाएगा.
ओके सर. और
एक चीज़ होता है कि रूम में 5 चीज़ क्या दिख रहा है, वो 5 चीज़ को सोचो, उसके बारे में 5 चीज़ क्या है. ये फैन दिख रहा है, लाइट दिख रहा है, अलमारी दिख रहा है. फिर 4 चीज़ क्या सुन रहे हो तुम, 4 चीज़ क्या देख रहे हो तुम. इस तरह से ये करोगे, ये इसे कहते प्रेजेंट पे रहना, तब उसमें नर्वसनेस कंट्रोल होता है. लेकिन ब्रीदिंग सबसे ईजीएस्ट है, मेडिटेशन टाइप का होता है, नर्वसनेस कंट्रोल हो जाता है. बट जो भी है, डर सबको लगता है, लेकिन डर के आगे जीत है, सलमान खान ने बोला है.
ओके सर.
ठीक है, ये मतलब डर सबको लगता है. आजकल मुझे डर नहीं लगता है, लेकिन पहले पहले बहुत डर लगता था. देते देते डर चला जाता है. वेरी गुड. अब नेक्स्ट कौन है? आज আর কেউ আছে আজকে বোধহয় নেই. কার একটা জ্বর হয়েছে, আমি ভালো করে পড়তে পারিনি. আর কেউ আছে? कोई है और?
सर मुझे याद नहीं.
दे दो.
ओके सर.
सुमित, शेयरिंग बंद करते হবে, बंद करना पड़ेगा. हाँ,
सर स्क्रीन
हाँ
शो हो रहा है
हाँ 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 हॉरिजॉन्टल कर दो फोन को घुमा लो इस तरह से घुमा लो ऐसे है अभी ऐसे कर दो हाँ बस बस ठीक है
Good afternoon, everyone. Myself, Nazreen. My topic is menstrual cycle. Today, I will be talking about the 28 days of menstrual cycle. In menstrual cycle is a monthly series of changes in a woman's body, preparation for the possibility of pregnancy. It involves the ovarian cycle and the uterine cycle. First day of the period is the day 1 of the cycle. Menstrual cycle consists of mainly 4 phases. First one is menstrual phase. It is about day 1 to 5. Start with the first day of bleeding. The uterine lining sets if pregnancy does not occur, which is a period. Lasts about 3 to 5 days. Second one is the follicular phase. Follicular phase in the ovary, follicles begin to mature under the influence of hormones like FSH. One egg matures into a dominant egg which is produced estrogen. Third one is the ovulation. In the ovulation, a surge in hormone, particularly luteinizing hormone, triggers the release of the mature egg from the dominant follicle. The egg travels into the fallopian tube. The fourth and last phase will be the luteal phase. The empty follicle transforms into the corpus luteum, which produces estrogen. Progesterone further prepares the uterine lining for a potential fertilized egg. If fertilization does not occur, the corpus luteum degenerates, hormone level drop, and uterine lining begin to set, starting a new cycle. Here you can see the picture of menstrual cycle, which is we already discussed in the previous slide. So we can go to the next slide. What happens if pregnancy occurs? If a fertilized egg implant in the uterine lining, it releases a hormone called human chorionic gonadotropin. HCG keeps the corpus luteum alive, which is continue to produce progesterone to maintain the uterine lining and pregnancy. Eventually, the placenta take over hormone production. What happens if pregnancy does not occur? The drop in progesterone and estrogen causes the uterine lining to become unstable. The lining is set during the menstrual phase and the cycle begins again. The drop in hormone can also cause premenstrual syndrome symptom. Conclusion. Understanding the menstrual cycle is essential for reproductive health and family planning. By tracking your cycle, begin aware for your body's changes, you can take control of your reproductive health. Thank you everyone.
थैंक यू वेरी मच अच्छा हुआ है हाँ कीप इट अप और भी इम्प्रूवमेंट होगा नेक्स्ट टाइम जब तुम लोग दोगे हाँ वेरी गुड वेरी गुड एनी मोर एनीबॉडी एल्स नो वन देन बाय बाय